what's going on. It's a little request video. Dude, you're not going to believe how easy this is when I show it to you. It's really simple. Half of you out there probably already know how to do this, but I have a Smith & Wesson M&P 9 here, compact, and I have a Glock 23 40 caliber, and I have the Glock here because I'd like to make a point about Glock. Why Glock is so great. The M&P is an awesome gun too. I got a request in my PM of somebody asking me, can you do a can you take the firing pin out of the M&P? It's like the Glock. It's a striker firing pin system. And I said yeah. And as I was taking the M&P apart, because I don't know it very well, I noticed a few things. Where Glock, to me, is a little better in the disassembly department. So, first of all, let's satisfy this guy's needs for this. This is loaded because I carry it, so I'm going to take the mag out. Sorry, I'm a little sluggish talking. I take these prednisone, and every time I take prednisone, it makes me real friggin' lightheaded. I found out what it is. It's the prednisone. The prednisone makes me lightheaded. I don't like taking it, but some days I really need to take it. So today's one of those days. Now I feel like you know, lightheaded all day. But magazine's out. It's a loaded magazine. Check your chamber, especially when you're lightheaded. And we're going to disassemble this. So we'll lock it back. We'll get this bamboo stick and pull the lever down. One thing I do like about the M&P, you don't have to pull the trigger to take the slide off. So that's pretty cool. And once you got the little lever down, oops, you got to hold it down. And see, the slide comes off, you don't have to really pull the trigger, but you have to push the lever, so it's still the same amount of steps as a Glock. Okay, here it is. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. It's very simple. I like to take everything out just because I like to. It's easier to work with. All you do is press. There's a tab here, and inside there's a plastic cylinder, and what you do is you press the plastic cylinder in, and that takes the pressure off the back plate. It's just like a Glock, really, pretty much. Exactly. Okay, so you press the cylinder in like with this and take the plate off, and what's cool about this, it has a stop plunger here, so it won't shoot out on you. Now I push the stop plunger in here just like a 1911, like a new 1911. So stop little plunger, and I push that, and it removes the firing pin assembly right there. Really simple. Now the only thing the Glock has over the M&P, the simplicity is the same until when you take a Glock slide apart, everything's easy to get out. Now for this M&P, because I don't know them too well, it looks like it has a roll pin in there. So to get the extractor out, looks like you have to take the roll pin out to get the extractor out. That kind of sucks, you know, but I mean, it's not hard to do, but to a person that's just a casual gun owner, they don't want to do all that. Now the Glock, once you take that back plate off, everything comes out. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you. When people talk, you got these Glock fanboys, there's a reason why they're like this. And every day and every week I find out more and more why people love Glocks so much. They're probably the best, the easiest gun to maintain. Because, you know, they are. Everything comes apart. show you what the Glock, the difference. Now the difference with the Glock is, for me to get the extractor out of here, I have to get a punch and hope to God I don't scratch my gun, and hope to God I can get that roll pin out to get the extractor out. Do you really have to take the extractor out? Not really. You can just clean it where it needs to be cleaned right there. But if you want to take the extractor out, you got to get a punch and take the roll pin out, which some people are afraid to do that. I'm even nervous about that, and I work on guns all the time because I don't want to screw shit up. But the Glock has the same setup. It's the same thing. You depress the same area. Take out the back plate. And what's cool about the Glock is, when you take the striker system out, I better zoom up a little, huh? You probably don't see what the hell I'm doing. Once the back plate's off and you take the striker system out, right here, and then it has this plunger here. This comes right out too. This is putting pressure on the extractor. Now, the extractor comes right out. I gotta push this in. And the extractor comes right out. It just falls right out. And I could take this right out too. The little plunger that holds everything in. Now, what's great about that is, there's nothing left on this thing. It's just a hunk of steel. Now I can throw it in my electric cleaner back there, and I don't have to worry about any water getting trapped anywhere. The M&P, I still will not throw this whole slide in the electric cleaner because there's roll pins in there, there's the plungers there, and the extractors in there, and water can get trapped in there, and it might not dry out all the way, and it could cause rust. So I'm still going to have to clean this by hand. But what's great about the Glock, they're such a great design. It's a complete empty system here. You know, that's what's so awesome about them. You gotta love it. So, let's see if I can remember how to get this in. The thing is, Glock makes it so easy to completely disassemble the firearm to keep excellent maintenance on it. You can keep really good maintenance up on a Glock because you can remove every single part and take care of every single part. That's why it's so awesome. Okay. Mainframe here. So I'm just going to put this back together while we talk, if my coordination works with me today. Okay. And that's it. The whole frame is all back together. I just wanted to make a point about that. There's so many good things about, if you don't own a Glock, why you should get one. This is one of them. There's another one. There's another point. Okay. Plus, they started this design. These are all copies of the Glock. Of course, all semi-automatics are copies of the 1911. That's why the 1911 gets all the respect. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. And the 1911 also can, the slide, you can completely strip the slide and throw it in a ultrasonic cleaner. You can replace every single part without having to get a punch and take out roll pins, and hopefully you don't screw up the pin, because if you screw up the pin, you can't get it back together. You have to order another pin. You don't have to worry about pins. That's what's great about the Glocks. This is 500 rounds, no failures. We need to get this to the range again now. Okay, back to the Smith & Wesson M&P. This is what the video was about. It's very, very simple. You just push this back in, just like the Glock. Alright. Now, the only thing different with this than the Glock is the plunger releases up here, and it holds the striker system in. The Glock plunger releases down here, and it holds the extractor in. Just two different things. Okay, so this works just like the Glock, except it's holding in this the firing pin system. So I push that in, get it all the way in there. Alright. Put the backstop back on it. and push it in. Make sure we're straight, and it snaps in, and that's it. You're good to go. I don't know if you could see everything. I know everything wasn't close, but it's very, very simple to disassemble. The Smith & Wesson slide is so beautifully made. Jeez, it's such a nice, just beautiful to look at. They did such a nice job on it, but I just don't like that the extractor has a roll pin in there holding that in. So it's you know, when you're replacing it, it could be a challenge to replace it. The Glock, you can just go replace. You can replace everything on it in a snap. Okay, I'll put this back. I know this is kind of a simple video, and a lot of you gun guys probably know all this, but this is for somebody asked me to do it, so I like doing request videos if I can do it. If I can do it, I like doing it. There's some request videos I can't do. Okay? So, whew, damn. Okay, put that back. Push the little lever up inside. And, beautiful. Check my firing pin. Make sure my firing pin's still working. Oops. Anytime you take that firing pin out, always make sure it works. Now this ain't going to shoot out like a 1911. The 1911 shoot out because the firing pins hit further and harder. It's just going to jump. Oh, it shot out. Sometimes it didn't. You made a fucking liar out of me, you little prick. Sorry. So that's it. I hope this helped you. It's kind of simple. Hornady hollow points, nothing extravagant, nothing fancy, just 9mm hollow points. Yeah, everyone's like, well, now the shield came out. Why have this? Well, it's still this. I don't know about the shield yet. It's too new for me. I'm not buying the shield. I want someone to have a couple thousand rounds to it first because it's a brand new design. You know what I mean? Probably be an excellent gun, I'm sure. So I hope that helped you. Okay, that's the best I can do. I don't really know M&Ps well. I'm sure there's other people out there that'll be faster at it than me and might know things I don't know.